Thank you for staying with us. Now we're still on our special coverage of the FCT Council area elections. Across the 6 area councils, voters are deciding who will steer development at the most immediate level of governance, from Abaji to Zuba. The stakes are not just about party victories, but about roads, primary health care, basic education, markets, and community security, the everyday realities that define life in the Federal Capital Territory.
Over the years, these elections have reflected broader political undercurrents, from low voter turnout and logistical challenges to growing competitiveness between dominant parties. And there have been concerns about grassroots mobilization and the perennial debate over autonomy and funding for local governments, all of which shape to this contest. And joining us now to discuss more on the antecedents of electioneering process of local governments election in Abuja is Dr. Gabriel Nwambu. And he is live with us in the studio. Now, before we come to you, sir, we'll quickly join our correspondent, Habida Lawal. Can you tell us where exactly you are reporting from?
Good morning, Shomomo and Tijesu. It's a light breeze, easy morning here in Abuja, and we've moved around and we've seen police in some places trying to enforce the restriction of movement. Right behind me, there are police stationed on different parts of the road here in Gariki Area 11, which falls under the Abuja Municipal Area Council. I would say that little compliance to the restriction of movement. There's still quite a lot of vehicles and people on the road, but the police are also trying to reduce vehicular movement as much as possible. By 8:30 a.m., we expect that certain polling units are going to be opened where voters can now proceed to their various polling units to cast their vote.
Yes, Habida, I'm aware you're on the field now and, voting is yet to begin. But can you help us understand or feel the pulse of the street? Would you say that, there's much enthusiasm on the street as it stands, or nobody is really interested in what the elections that is happening today?
Well, I've spoken to some residents before coming on air, and they say they are heading to their polling units. While some are walking, some are driving to their various polling units, depending on the distance. Amak remains one of the most populous area council in the FCT, and as such, it is expected that a lot of people are going to come out to vote. Even the Independent National Electoral Commission yesterday says that over 94.4% PVCs were collected. So we're expecting 1.6 million residents of the FCT to come out to vote today.
Okay, Abidat, just help us understand, have you been able to confirm the deployment of sensitive materials to the various polling units ahead of the commencement of the election? Have you located anyone around you?
Well, we've seen quite a number of vehicles that are on election duty, transporting sensitive materials and also election officers to various polling units.
How about deployment of security personnel? How would you rate, security across, that Amak region?
Well, at this time, about an hour ago, I would say that the security agencies needs to step up with deployment of security, as people were moving around freely, which defied the mood and how the election is supposed to conduct, or how an election day atmosphere is supposed to be.
Okay, just before, I think briefly I will let you off so that we'll come back to you in a moment.